Om in Sanskrit is a syllable used in several religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Brahmanism. It is also known as Udgitha or Pranava mantra, primordial mantra, the word prana meaning vital vibration. In Hinduism, this syllable is considered the original sound from which the universe was born. She is mentioned in some Upanishads, notably the Chandogya Upanishad. The syllable Om comes from the combination of the Sanskrit phonemes A, U, and M, which respectively represent the beginning, the continuation, and the end of all that exists. It also symbolizes the Hindu trinity composed of the creator gods, Brahma, the life, Vishnu, and the destroyer of evil, Lord Shiva. According to Hindu scriptures, the creation of the cosmos and the universe originated from a vibrational sound, with its primal sounds represented by AUM. Written evidence of this syllable's significance dates back to 1500 to 2000 BC in the Vedas and ancient Sanskrit Vedic texts. Furthermore, it appears in later codified texts such as the Yoga Sutra. The Pranava Upanishad explains its symbolism, and Tantrism emphasizes its importance. Vasugupta's Spandakarika recognizes vibration as a manifestation of consciousness, linked to the unconscious. In Buddhism, particularly Mahayana Buddhism, the influence of Hinduism led to the significant adoption of Om. In the Tibetan tradition, Om became intertwined with meditation practices, alongside mindfulness and stillness. In Jainism, it serves as a liberating mantra, used to praise Tirthankaras, acharyas, and ascetic monks. Sikhism, inspired by Vedas, equates Omkara with God, referred to as Oankar. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali suggest that the meaning of the Om mantra serves as a direct pathway to self-realization. Remember, the sound vibration of AUM, when felt deeply for its meaning, not only facilitates the realization of the individual self, but also removes the obstacles that typically hinder this realization. The Om sound and symbol are known by several names, including Aum, which are the three syllables of the sound, Pranava, which means the giver of life, Omkara, which means female divine energy, and the giver of life, Udgitha, which likely means chanting. The Om symbol is rich in depth and meaning. The symbol of Om represents unity, creation, intuition, knowledge. On a more spiritual level, the symbolic meaning becomes more complex. The symbol consists of several elements, including three curves, a semicircle on the top, and a dot just above it. There are numerous interpretations surrounding the symbol. Lower curve, this represents the waking state in which consciousness is turned out and away from the gates of the senses. Upper curve, this denotes a state of deep sleep, also called the unconscious state. It's in this state that the sleeper doesn't desire anything or even dream. Middle curve. This lies just between the state of deep sleep and the waking state. It symbolizes the dream state in which the consciousness of the sleeper is turned inwards, and they see an enthralling view of the world. Semicircle. The semicircle above the three curves symbolizes Maya and keeps the dot separated from the other curves. The illusion of Maya is what prevents one from realizing the highest state of bliss, which we struggle to achieve. If you look at the symbol closely, you'll see that the semicircle is open and doesn't touch the dot, which means that the Maya does not affect the higher state, but the manifested phenomenon. In simpler terms, it prevents one from reaching the ultimate goal easily. The dot represents the fourth state of consciousness, which is transcendental, blissful, and peaceful. It is the highest state of consciousness to achieve. The Om mantra embodies four major levels of meaning and experience for yogis. First, there's the waking state, where the sound of A in the AUM mantra calls forth Vaishvanara. Second, the dreaming state, represented by the sound of U in the AUM mantra, naming Taijasa. Third, we have the deep sleeping state, symbolized by the sound of M in the AUM mantra, naming Prajna. And fourth, there's the entire domain of consciousness that permeates all other levels, known in the awareness dance as Turaya, which literally means the fourth. This is the silence of A, U, and M. Between these four states of consciousness, there are three transition stages called Onmani, Aladani, and Samadhi. Remember, the four parts follow one after the other. Thus, using the AUM mantra, there are four levels of awareness a yogi wants to cultivate. Om is like parts of a river. Recall the levels of A, U, M, and silence in the Om mantra. First, the bed, representing the riverbed stones, latent, the subconscious deep sleep level, symbolized by M of the Om mantra. Second, the flow, like active unconscious dreaming, symbolized by U. Third, the surface, the conscious waking level, symbolized by A conscious at 3 levels. These 3 levels are the conscious, active unconscious, and latent unconscious or subconscious, as well as gross, subtle, and causal. Our subconscious, with its wants, wishes, desires, attractions, aversions, are like stones forming the bed of the river, symbolized by M of the Om mantra. When awareness crosses, they life flow unconscious like the river flow, symbolized by U of the Om mantra, and they burst into the conscious mind, actions, speeches, thoughts like surface river action, symbolized by A of the Om mantra. Om also represents the word of God and is the primary vibe, the vibration from which every single material thing in the universe originates. The threefold nature of the symbol is central to its meaning and stands for important triads, including the following: the 3 worlds, the atmosphere, the earth, and the heaven, the 3 sacred Vedic scriptures, Rig, Sama, and Yajur. The 3 main Hindu gods, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. Hindus see the Om as a fundamental component of the metaphysical and physical principles of Hinduism. One of the most chanted symbols in India, those who chant it say it profoundly affects the mind and body. Hindus consider it the universal name of the Lord, surrounding all of creation. Please do like and subscribe.